Nayib Bukele is the president of El Salvador. He is the most popular elected leader in the world, as measured by American polling companies. Why is that? Why do the media hate him anyway? We're going to see sat down with him for an episode of Tucker Carlson today. He told us that the entire world's economic system is trying to destroy the values that are the most important to human beings. Here's part of it.
You know, they say the Federal Reserve is nothing federal and has no reserves, right? So, they do print more money, and they rob you from your wealth and from your savings, and that's immoral. But it's not only immoral, but it also destroys some basic economic principles, like, for example, saving or your pension. From these financial publications, they will print lies. You know, there's something special about lies, is that they don't last for long. They don't last long. So when people realize that these things don't make any sense, or they see from themselves the difference, like you, for example, you have gone 3 times to El Salvador in different, in different times, and so they see things into a different light, and they see reality. So, you know, reality always imposes itself over lies, just because it's real. So it's easier to uphold it, or it's easier to show it or to demonstrate it's true. So we're taking some heat, but if you look a little back, they didn't care about us before. So right now, yes, we do have bad publications in Forbes and Financial Times, but they weren't writing about El Salvador before. It's not like we lose anything. So, and there's other publications writing interesting stories about El Salvador. Some guy just, this is a joke, of course, it's not, but he just said El Salvador has the most documentaries per capita. Because there's a lot of people doing documentaries about Bitcoin adoption, about surf, because you have a lot of great surfing in El Salvador. So they have a lot of security measures we're implementing against MS-13. So we're getting a lot of good press, and we're getting bad press too. But the guys printing the bad press didn't write anything about El Salvador before, so it's not that we're losing their audiences, and also their audiences are diminishing.
Right.
Because they're not even, it's not even close. They're not as important as they used to be. They're actually almost irrelevant, but they have their legacy names. But who buys a Time magazine anymore? I mean, I don't know anybody. But you know, before it was a very important thing in a kiosk to buy, you know, a Newsweek or a Time magazine. But now who buys a magazine anymore? Who subscribes to a magazine online? Nobody. I mean, it's just really names, legacy names, in their Twitter accounts. So it's not really, you know, they're not really mainstream media anymore. They're just, you know, accounts in social media with a legacy name of being mainstream media.
And you don't seem to care what they say.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I have learned not to care. But of course, at the beginning, I do care. I did care because for me, I thought they were important. Now that I see they aren't, and since they are not treating us that well, I've learned not to care. And I think it's better because this, and if you look at the ratings, for example, the amount of subscribers they have, it's really ridiculous. I mean, nobody's watching them. Really, nobody watches CNN anymore. It's like, we were talking yesterday about, in El Salvador, we have this news show, of course, news shows, of course, local. And the news, the news show.
Like nightly news?
Yeah, the nightly news, the main nightly news, local nightly news.
Channel 4?
Yeah, Channel 4. They have like 1 million viewers every night. Out of 7 million people that live in El Salvador, we have 1 million viewers, which is not much. 14% of the population is watching. And then CNN, in prime time, we have like 500,000 viewers. So Channel 4 back in El Salvador has twice the ratings of CNN in the whole United States with 300 million people. So, I mean,
who cares?
It doesn't make any sense for them to be airing their shows anymore.